Hey, what's up everyone? Upstart here with RyXe Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. So in the previous episode, um, I really just showed off a little bit of the addition of the what we did in the other episode before the previous one. There were some additions to the oil production lines, and I pretty much had it was a to me it was kind of sort of a total makeover with the coal power plant setup, because I did remove everything from I'd removed the whole power plant that I already had there. I removed it, but of course I did this one at a time. I removed it and then pretty much made it anew, maybe not in the same place, but in the same general area. So the new setup, it definitely, I don't feel like it has any flaws, as how it's set up. And what I mean is, what I meant by flaws is that if we were to go at the limit, be at the limit of our capacity, we probably won't have any dips. We probably won't be losing, our power plants won't start failing us because they're not getting enough water. They were definitely getting enough coal before, but the water was the problem because of flow rate. That has been fixed with the new setup. So with these 3600 megawatt hours is a solid 3600. It's not like if it gets too close to the limit, it'll start faulting. I don't think so. At least I haven't experienced any issues so far. Of course, because I've increased the capacity and I'm only using about 2.5k more or less. So I still have I still have 1 point some k of megawatts there, to cushion the blow of if we were to go too high. But anyways, that was mainly it, and it took me quite a while to actually get through that. So we didn't get to do the other things that I would have preferred, that I would have liked to do, because I did say I want to try and stop making my episodes 40 minutes long because I talk too much. So I'm gonna try that, and we'll see what happens. So another of the new things, yeah, I don't know how to say it, that came in the recent update, aside from the the personal storage box change, and the items that I haven't showed, which would be the circuit board and the AI limiter, pretty much, which I should probably do now. Right there, I actually made a cut because I planned on going down to the factories and getting them. You know what, I just make one right now of each. So yeah, this is the new and improved circuit board from the previous, I forget that it's tab, and it's not, I don't even have one from the previous, kind of rack type thing here, where this technically is multiple circuit boards, I'd say. The AI limiter was just a spherical weird thing there. So this is a new circuit board, which is it looks kind of like a how would I say it? Maybe like a graphics card type thing. Not exactly, because we're missing the fans, of course. But something like a drive, kind of like a CD drive or things like that. Something that you would put on the front of your computer, not inside. But that's that. And this is the AI limiter. It looks like something that would be in some high-tech server room, or something that would probably need to be liquid nitrogen cooled or something. Very nice. There's a warning on that label right there, but I can't exactly tell what it is unless I try and get it closer to my face, and I keep forgetting its tab. Let's see. I think the cement changed as well. Yeah, actually, you know what? Cement, yeah, that looked different. It definitely looked more cement-like instead of just yellow. But anyways, get the E, grab that. Let's see if we can see. Oh, that's too high. That's too high. Drop the AI limiter out. There it is. Can I see what it says there? Warning: be sure to always limit your AI. Okay, so I guess that you can always tell that this is an AI limiter by just reading the warning label. So So anyways, that was one thing. Another thing was the title screen, which, you know, would naturally be the first thing you'd see in the changes, right? It's kind of cool. I do like it. You know, it shows the new stuff because the other one just shows like it's a constructor getting things fed and making things. What I don't like really is that the text behind this, the patch notes or whatever, you can't really see. I don't really know if they actually put any relevant information here, and you probably just have to go either read more or the news. But anyways, back to the game. Alright, so those were the most visible changes that I was able to figure out, find, look, and you know, that you kind of would naturally just stumble up across them. Title screen was the main thing. The personal storage box for me wasn't exactly, you know, that hidden either. You know, it's in the hub, but you know, I kind of also have this huge stack, or not stack, you know, line or row, whatever. Maybe not huge, but I have a bunch of them of those personal storage boxes here. And naturally, when I would come here and try to grab stuff, well, I wouldn't see red, I would see yellow, and I'd see different. So that's kind of natural. What wouldn't be that obvious would probably be the new style of, you know, the new design of some parts. So far, I only know circuit board, AA limiter, and concrete. Concrete doesn't look like that anymore. I don't know if it used to look like that, but it did look more yellow. Now it looks more dark yellow, brown mustard, dark mustard, not yellow mustard. Definitely the AA limiter is a difference. I noticed that one, and the circuit board when I was down setting up my assembly lines, construction lines, whatever. And when I saw it coming out, I'm like, I expected one thing, and I got something else. I'm like, wait, what is this? And that's where I saw those. So let's go down to where I have my assembly lines, the most important ones, the newer ones, you know. Circuit boards. Right here is where this side is where the quick wire factory production lines are. So that's where I pretty much decided to place the circuit board one, because I am using a circuit board alternate recipe, alternate Caterium circuit board. So in the recipes, I actually have, well, I've already mentioned this one, right? The steel rotor, which is the alternate rotor, one of the alternate rotor recipes, because there are others. But I decided to go with that one because I wanted to keep the stator and the rotor to have the same items, the same, you know, base materials, whatever you want to call them. So that's what I want to do, that because I wanted to keep those together, because obviously, you know, those go to motors. I didn't want to have to move too many things around. If you were to see, you know, properly take a view, like kind of bird's eye view kind of thing of what's going on with my factories or my assembly lines, production lines, my buffers, storage containers, you know, little warehouse, my warehouse lanes or sections, whatever. It's a tangled mess, I'll tell you that. It's organized, but very not pleasing to the eye, for sure, because there's just things all over the place. So right now we're not getting plastic, or I don't know if we're getting just a little bit, but we're not really getting much of this because, like I said, since the residual, the heavy oil residue, we're having trouble with that, like, you know, making the fuel, because we're not using the fuel. So it gets filled up and it stops making things, and that's what happens. It fills up the section of the byproduct, and it's like filling up, you know, this here, and obviously if this is full, well, it jams up, you know, it doesn't make any more. So I wanted to do that one there because the original recipe for the circuit board called for copper sheet. I didn't want to have to bring copper sheet down here because copper sheet, I don't know if they're right there. Yeah, they're somewhere in that one. But I didn't want to bring those down here. I wanted to try to keep some stuff, you know, together, because then I would probably have to make something there and then get the plastic there. I don't know. I just preferred this recipe. I can't remember the logic, the reasoning that I had behind that, but I kind of preferred this one. The AA limiter uses copper sheets as well. I don't know if that was the reason or not. I can't remember. But AA limiter, I don't know if it has an alternate recipe, but that one's copper sheet and the quick wire. Keep quick wire and plastic for this one. And the crystal computer, I kind of prefer that one, you know, previously and before update number 3 I was using this one. I am still using also, let's go down, the crystal, or was it over there on the side? Hopefully it wasn't over there, right? I can't remember where the crystal oscillator factory was. It's probably over here, right? So this one is the high-speed connector one, as I've already shown. It's the one we were in the corner. Quick wire, cable, and circuit boards. It's pretty straightforward. I think that was one of the reasons as well, because I wanted the circuit board to be close by to the advanced products that it used. Maybe that was the reason. I don't know. This one over here is the crystal oscillator one. That's where you have the quartz. The quartz crystals I had to bring, like, they're there. That's their storage right there, I think, and I had to bring them up over here. They have there's an empty like area right behind that, because I just made the quartz crystal directly like on the smelting side. So it's raw crystal. It's a quartz crystal on the first section, quartz crystal on this previous section, quartz crystal all the way up here. So I pretty much just brought everything up to like try to keep things on the level of where the things would be going. Since AI limiters would be coming onto this, you know, storing there, and that would be their first section from here to here. Well, I think I wanted to have that lined up here. So quartz crystal, rubber, AA limiter. That's the alternate recipe. The original is quartz crystal, cable, and reinforced iron plate. I didn't want to what's the word? I didn't want to redirect, or I don't know, that's probably another word. The reinforced iron plates to the crystal oscillator, because I wanted to keep it for the modular frames. I didn't want to change the recipe on that one, so I kept that, and I want to change the recipe on this to remove the need for reinforced iron plate. So we went with this one, so that's why I had to make AI limiters. I still have to make them anyways, so that's that. Computers, you know, too many things, so I just went with the crystal computer, which uses 2 items, so that works. That is being made in the assembler. All I need is the crystal oscillator and circuit boards, so that's why I have to make this. Since it's, you know, I have to make this anyways, I have to produce it somehow, I might as well use it for something. The heavy flexible frame, that one was I showed it previously, but I didn't really explain it. Well, I did explain it, right? It took the tubes out, the steel pipes out of the recipe, and it changed it for rubber. I wasn't going to use rubber very much, so I'm like, you know what, throw it into there. This recipe, it just came out, and I'm like, I was surprised, and that's when I thought of it. Thought about using it. I'm like, you know what, maybe I could use this one, and that's when I took it. So that is that right there. That is the crystal oscillator there. Another thing is that I pretty much made a network of hypertubes in between every section there, and like going across like this horizontally, whatever. I have 2 hypertubes where one goes all the way down and one goes like to a third of the way or half of the way or whatever. This one right here is, I can't remember, so I won't say. Crystal computer. So I have 2 for crystal computer, you know, due to ratios, that's how many I can have. I didn't even check. Did I have to reduce the... No, the clock speed it could stay the same, so okay, that's fine. Right now, that's how many computers we have right now. So far, that's how we got. We need to unlock this, right? So we need 100 of this. So let's just take 2 stacks, you know? Let's just do that. 2 stacks of that. This right here is the heavy modular frame. This one was the heavy flexible frame, whatever. Modular frames, encased industrial beams, rubber, and screws. So I have 4 lines right there. I made them separate. You know, I separated them by 2 kind of stackable poles because I wanted to have enough room to work with. So it's the modular frame, screws on top, rubber. I don't know. It's all that stuff is in there. So yeah, I can only set up one of these because it uses 400 per minute, almost 400, 362, because I had to lower this because I wasn't producing enough modular frames to keep the ratio at that, you know, to keep that up per minute. It uses like, at 100% uses like 18 point something, or 19, I can't remember, almost 19 or something like that. And I needed to reduce it because I was at 14.46 was my production. So I'm like, you know what, let's lower that. So we lowered this, that's what we got. That's pretty much it. With how I set these up, if like to go into more detail, there was a lot of having to bring down things like on those conveyor lines, as you can see up top. This is the least messy of them. The very messy one is are the ones in the middle. Definitely very messy. But the basic principle is there, that just bring it up to a conveyor line with poles, stackable poles, and then bring them across to wherever they need to go. That's pretty much the main thing. So here I have some heavy modular frames. I actually didn't expect to have that many because rubber wasn't producing very much. Apparently I do have some. So we're gonna grab one stack because I don't know how much more we need. I'm gonna grab one stack of that right there. I don't know if I have enough encased industrial beams. I don't, but those are coming up here if I'm not mistaken. So I need 200 of those. I usually carry more than one stack on me, so I'm just gonna grab 2 stacks for whatever it's asking for. And right here is where the plastic and rubber comes up to. What I had to do was, I had plastic and rubber on the containers over there, and some had to go down, some had to just keep coming down this way instead of going across. So I brought them down again, and then they got brought down again, whatever wasn't being used. So right here I have a container full of plastic. That's a separate conveyor line to the one that's going to the circuit board, so that's why that isn't really producing. And there's just a bunch of plastic just here sitting here doing nothing. How many containers we got? 3 containers, and one's halfway. Oh no, not halfway, but almost there. This rubber is rubber that's just sitting there not doing anything. We need 400 of that, so we're gonna take 4 stacks. I think I have some in my storage containers, my personal ones. But they're I'll just leave those there for now. These right here, this line right here is pretty much the one that goes into the heavy flexible frame. So that one is being used, and these 2 are pretty much just like my storage, my final storage of plastic and rubber. So let's head back to the hub. We're gonna unlock that milestone. All right, so back over here. Let's just unlock this. Throw the 50 of those in there. 100 computers, 200 of that, and 400 of that. Throw it all in there. And let's launch the pod.
Milestone reached. The fuel generator will match power generation to the increased consumption of recently acquired technologies and buildings. Additionally, improved conveyor belts and lifts can now be constructed. Caterium scanning unlocked.
No, I've already had the Caterium scanning, so I don't know. I think it's just in case people haven't unlocked the scanning in this tech tree. I think that's why they added it onto the milestone, just in case. Like, this is the point where you're really gonna need it, so that's when they're gonna give it to you. I think that's what the thing was. So don't care for that. I don't even have fabric, so it doesn't matter. We've got those. So trains, we can unlock trains if we really wanted to. I'm guessing we're gonna have to do both of these before we unlock the next tiers, 7 and 8. I don't expect to see anything on 8 anyways, but we'll see, I guess. So for this one, we've already, in the previous update, the previous save file or playthrough, whatever. We tested this out a little bit. I tested it out, and then I just came back to you all and showed you, because that was the first time I was pretty much messing with the train, and I didn't like it. I really did not like it, especially because it's physics based, and it could be slow, it could be fast. I'm like, you know what? I'll just use Hypertube. That is for transportation, but I'm like, if I'm gonna transport things, I'd rather just set up something that doesn't use fuel, or electricity, and conveyor belts are just that. So we've unlocked Q. Let's go over here. So production, nothing here. Power, fuel generators. Okay. That kind of surprised me, because in the trailer, or one of the streams from the devs, or one of the community managers, they said, or in the patch notes, I think they said something about having to reduce the fuel generated, the electricity generated by the fuel generators. They said something about that because they had to, they buffed coal generator, they buffed biomass burner. So, either they either they were gonna buff fuel generator, and that's why they said that, because they probably brought it back down to what it was. Because I think 150 was the standard before, and it seems to be the same amount now. But anyways, the fuel generator looks different. Now it has, well, actual containers, because now it uses liquids, not solids. So if you're gonna use fuel generators, you have to directly feed it the fuel, not packaged fuel. That won't work. So yeah, fuel generators definitely something I want to start setting up sooner rather than later. Conveyor lifts, well, Mark IV conveyor belts and lifts. That's gonna be another undertaking. You know, having to change all these belts to Mark IVs. I really don't need to do that for these. I think just mainly all the production lines, you know, like from that area, like from the output of the containers of the buffers from the smelters, constructors on that side, probably all that this way probably should do that. Not really those aren't really necessary, they're full. Probably the oil, the conveyor belts coming from like the oil factory or refinement area, probably those I would have to, because we're just getting it too slow and we need to get it faster until we have like a constant, you know, supply where it's like just backed up on the conveyor line. Then we won't have that issue. But we probably should upgrade eventually every conveyor belt we have to a Mark IV. I don't know if they changed the speed. I forget, it's on Q. I don't know if they changed the speed. No, 480 I think it sounds like it was before. Was it 480? 480, because the Mark V's were 7 something. So I don't know if it increased very much. I can't remember. I can't remember if they increased that or not. Maybe they did. Who knows? But I have a ton of encased industrial beams. Yes, the heavy modular frame manufacturer does use it, but it doesn't use that much. Really does not. I do have industrial beams, encased industrial beams to spare. Nothing new here. Foundations, obviously nothing new. Walls, nothing new. Transportation, nothing new. Okay, so we pretty much just unlocked the conveyor belts and the fuel generators, right? Yep, and the continuum scan. So that's all we got. So next thing to do is pretty much set up a fuel generating station, just so we can continue pumping out the fuel, using the fuel, and being able to produce the plastic and the rubber, because without using the byproduct, which is the heavy oil residue, which I'm turning into residual fuel, without using that fuel, my plastic and my rubber production just comes to a halt, to a stop pretty much. So that's one of the things we're probably gonna have to be doing soon, very soon, at the very least before the next episode. I have to have that already. So with the hard drives, yeah, I got a bunch of those. So I had 2 the last time, but then I ran out of them and I had to get more alternate recipes. I pretty much just got alternate recipes for the circuit board, the crystal oscillator, the heavy modular frame, the computer, and that's all I can remember right now. That's all I can remember. So I still needed more because I only had 2. So I went out, you know, down into my, you know, the place that I know so very well, down here, the Rocky Desert, and I came down over here where the oil is. I just got some hard drives from those 2 crash pods over there, the 2 that were like right here, one somewhere over here by this little like lake area thing here or something. I went out a little bit. I didn't really explore that much, but I, you know, just got what I had, like what I remembered that was close by, the easiest to access. So yeah, and another thing was that in one of the previous episodes where we did all the, you know, the completion of a lot of these here, there was actually this one, inflated pocket dimension. It was available. I actually went out and just manually crafted the high-speed connectors, and I'm like, you know what, because I want those inventory slots. I need them. I don't know if I needed them, but I wanted them. I could say that. So I just did that and got that. Another thing is that with the hard drive, I finally managed to get one of the I think I got expanded pocket dimension with one of the hard drives. So I'm like, it popped out, and I'm like, oh, should I get it? And I'm like, hell yeah, because the inflated pocket dimension, the expanded pocket dimension, I think they just take forever to come out. So I got those. So before we only had I don't really count how many spaces we had, but we were like to here, and we added 10 more slots because we got 5 from the tech node, and we got 5 from the hard drive. So technically I have this. I can do that one if I really wanted to. Criterium. We need to unlock the supercomputer. I don't have regrettably, I don't think I have high-speed connectors, mass produced right now. There's a manufacturer and they're automated, but I don't think I have this many. I can check and we'll see, because this one's probably one I really want to get to see what we got down here. So you know what? Let me go check real quick and see if I have the materials for this. Alright, so I'm back. And I actually did. AI limiters, I definitely have a bunch that I can just, grab at my discretion. High-speed connectors, not really. I think I only had like a stack of 100 and a stack of less than 100, of around 60ish probably. Computers, what you guys saw, I definitely have a bunch of that. Maybe not a full container, but hey, about half of a 48 container, so that's definitely a lot. So let's do that. Let's start the research. 3 seconds. Let's see what we get. That's complete. Hey, what about this? What's this? So it wants me to unlock this before I can unlock that. So geothermal. I was wondering where that was going to be at. So then to get this, we need to the supercomputers. I only have a few of those, and to automate supercomputers, I only have 5 of these right here. To automate supercomputers, I think I can only say one thing: good luck. At least for me. 8 minutes to get this one. So we'd unlock the geothermal generator, and we'd unlock the scanning for geysers. Though I don't know if it'll scan either in here or if it will be a scanning like with the object scanner thing. Maybe through here, probably. Let's just do it something, I guess. I don't really care for that. So I could do that so I can see what this is. I'm very interested because I don't know if that's something I know of. So yeah, let me go. I'm gonna go grab the 10 AI limiters because I only got I'm only getting what I need and coming back. And I'm going to. I don't really care for the Mark III power poles. I really do want this, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to set up something for the supercomputers. I'll have to figure that out. I may be able to. I don't know. So I'll go and grab the things for this. I'll put it to research. It's 5 minutes, and I'll be back with you all when that finishes. All right, everyone. So that's almost done over there, but I decided to, let's just unlock the trains. Just because, get it done, get it out of the way. So we're just gonna throw, pipes and computers, bam.
Milestone reached. A new set of buildings and vehicles needed for long-range transportation has been made available. In addition to built-in power conduction, rails-based transit ensures increased efficiency and reliability for both the transport of pioneers and cargo.
I still don't like it. ADA, you cannot convince me to want to like the train. I really don't. I just don't like it. So I believe this is done now. Smart splitter, confirm it. Criterium. So what we get now? Oh, programmable splitter. I had completely and totally forgot about these. You know why? Because I don't use them. Because I don't use smart splitter. I don't use programmable splitter. I've never even tried to use them. I just feel like they're over glorified splitters. Unless you can set like a certain amount that you want. Oh, I want a certain amount of this item to go this way, of this item to go that way. Then maybe it could be useful. I don't know. I haven't tested it. I haven't researched it. I haven't looked into it. I don't know if it does that. But unless it can do that, it's not useful to me. I don't think so. So, um, I have some. That's already done. I don't have. Yeah, I'm having an issue with the quartz, the crystal oscillators because I don't have any rubber being produced. So I was trying to see if I can get one of these done. Maybe this one, the radio signal scanning. I'm guessing I can only assume and or guess that that is for I have some mycelia for scanning for crash pods, but I feel like that's with the object scanner, which I never use either. So that's all that. These are all complete. We still need some things. I'm just gonna do that one because it's free, pretty much. No time, and I have some mycelia to use. I actually have some biomass in one of these containers. This is the way there it is. Just grab a stack, get that done, because I want to get that one done, so I need to get the fabric. I don't know if I have unlocked the fabric recipe or not, but I just did right now. Or at least one type of fabric. What is this? A parachute? What? I don't know if that was in the game. But that seems like it'd be pretty nice to get. You know what? Hold up. Let's get that real quick. So the parachute, done. I don't know if that was in the game before. I don't know if it's new. Like I said, I don't know if it's new or not. It seems interesting. That's mostly all the things I like that I need. 100 modular frames, and what was it? Organs or the other? I can't remember. One of the two. I think I had modular frames. Yeah, I just brought up a bunch of items just in case, because I wanted to unlock as many things as possible. You know what? That's gonna take 5 minutes, but there's nothing really else that I want to put. The Caterium, I can't really do this, can I? Nope, I don't have any supercomputers. Can't do that either. I can do that, but I don't really care for that right now. 6 minutes, so I might just go to the other one. What else? These are done. Quartz, we still need these right here, but we need crystal oscillators, which we don't have on hand right now. We don't have anything of that readily available. So one last thing is the sulfur branch, the Nobelisk explosives. Where's the other thing? The detonator. We still have the detonator, and we have black powder. Just coming out our ears right now. They're just being stored. They're just there's 5, 8 plus what? Another 8. I don't know. We have a bunch. We have 1648 slot containers, industrial containers, just full of black powder, not doing anything. I don't know if I want to or not. Yeah, so we got that right there. Come on. Okay. I believe they're made in the assemblers. Nobelisk, yeah. If I really wanted to, I could probably set something up for this, to manufacture Nobelisks for me just automatically. I don't know if I really want to. It's an assembler, so it's not that big of a deal. It's just 2 items. The steel pipe is the problem, though. There is alternate recipes. I think I've seen that there was one, but it used beacons, and I'm like, I don't like that either. So probably just like I've said before, I'll probably just do those manually. The parachute, I don't know how it works. Does it have a description? Yes, slows down your fall when activated in mid-air. So body and consumable. Okay, so it's not like a jetpack where it's like a piece of equipment and it's there, it's forever, right? Or Blade Runners. So parachute, I kind of assumed or guessed that it would be like this, that it'd be consumable. When I'm guessing from up here, just clear example. Maybe you don't want to use the jetpack to soften your blow to go down. Just jump down, take a parachute, and I don't know, maybe you even glide. I don't know if it'll glide or just fall straight down. I have a feeling maybe it'll glide, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you can. But it's consumable, so you can make 5 at a time apparently. 10 fabric. Fabric is not really something you really use much. Mycelia is something you don't really get a lot either. It's easier to get biomass than mycelia. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this episode right now. In the next one, I'm gonna try to set up right now. Before the next episode, I'm gonna set up a fuel generator area down there by where my oil, all that good stuff down there. Probably going to look into trying to going to look into maybe setting up a supercomputer, you know, automation line, whatever. You know, I'm gonna check it out. I don't promise anything though. And that's mainly it. In the next episode, I'm probably just gonna unlock this gas mask milestone as well, just to get it out the way. I'm gonna see if I have enough to make it. I need 50. I think I need 50 of these. It's one mycelia per fabric, so probably, maybe not, but we'll see. But definitely the fuel generators. That's gonna be going. I'm gonna try to get everything. You know, my plastic, my rubber, all that constantly flowing now instead of stopping. Because right now I just got it on a stop and go basis, and I have to actually be intervening with the fluids in the pipes, flushing that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna see if I can get before the next episode. So thank you all for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Hit that like button if you liked the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.